Everybody is building a landing page, for example, simple website. I don't want to do those things because if if I do those things like everybody else, the core problems are still not fixed.
Hi everyone, I'm Helene. I'm a product manager at a late stage startup in Southeast Asia. If you are looking to be a product manager but don't have the technical background, you need to try out no-code solutions because it will really boost your portfolio and show that you'll be able to handle an end-to-end project without doing a single line of code. If you are a product manager, using no-code solutions is also a great way to improve your product management skills. I have with me today Bhanu, who is a product manager at FWD Insurance. He is also an expert at no-code solutions. He runs his own newsletter called nocode.how, where he teaches people on the tips and tricks of doing no-code. What is a no-code solution? And can there really be no code in building a product?
Technically, no code is basically abstraction of the code. But for people who don't understand code, they can build software as simple as websites to complex web applications without touching a single line of code. You don't need to understand React, you don't need to understand Java, or you don't need to understand anything. All you need to do is you need to know the business logic on how a certain thing needs to be built, and then you can use the no-code solution, no-code platforms to achieve that outcome. What you do is you drag and drop the elements that you want to connect together and build a logic behind it. Even the logic is when this happens, do that, and so on. And then in no time, you'll be able to build a complex web application.
Anybody with no technical background, are they able to pick up?
Yeah, to start off, definitely yes. But as the complexity of the projects grows bigger and bigger, you will eventually have to learn a little bit of technology. But I wouldn't say it is absolutely mandatory. As long as you're able to define your logic very clearly, you should be able to get it done.
How do you really get started in your no-code solution journey?
So I started off my journey as a project manager, then turned product manager. All the while I had many ideas to be built on, both at office and out of office. So I always looked for help from some or the other technical person to get the solution out for me. But it was not fruitful journey. So at one point in time, I decided that I need to learn code. I spent a couple of months actually to sit and learn code, but it was at a slow pace that I couldn't really move at the pace I wanted. That's when I discovered a couple of platforms out there, people talking about no code. Then I figured out how to get into it. Started off with a simple project as simple as a to-do list. And then from there, the first platform I touched was Adalo. That gave me a boost. And then when I built my first application, after I had that win, then I couldn't stop myself. I wanted to go deeper, and then jumped into many other solutions.
Really started off small, took baby steps. How do we actually get started with no-code solutions really?
An Excel sheet is also a no-code platform. There is much more logic built into it through code, and it's an interface that you're using, right? So similarly, every other no-code platform that is today is much advanced than Excel. The simplest ones in the market currently are Glide to begin with. Glide connects with your Google Sheet as a database, and then you can build complex applications. Softer is one of the fastest growing products, which connects Airtable as a backend with you can build very good internal facing applications, even public facing applications with complex logic in there, which is built into Airtable. Further down in the journey, you can go to complex web applications like Bubble, which is the most advanced solution out there. And there are others which are also there, like Builder. Most recently, there are VWeb and so on.
So Bhanu, how many projects did you actually build with these no-code solutions?
Somewhere between 12 to 15 in the last couple of years.
How many years did that take you?
The first one actually took about 3 to 4 months to do because I was in the learning phase. Once I got a hang of it, then everything was done in like 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your first to-do list product took you about 4 months to build?
About 3 to 4 months.
About 3 to 4 months, okay. What were some of the proudest projects that you've built so far?
I could name probably 3 or 4. The first one is it's something to do with household electronic goods. So I have a lot of inventory at home, like fridge, refrigerator, washing machine, and so on. But I don't know when I bought them. I don't know when the warranty expires and so on. So I built an application wherein you scan the barcode of the product, and then you get the information from one of the barcode providers, and it also tells you what product it is, who manufactured it, and so on. And it creates a list for you in your DB. You don't need to manually enter anything except for uploading your receipt. The first big win, I would say. The second one is about...
and that took you how long?
That one took me less than a month.
Okay, so that was one of your later and more recent.
That was my second product.
Wow, so for 4 months, immediately, the next one you already cut down to just 1 month.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow, amazing. And then what else?
After that, I worked on a platform called Giftbook. So this one, it's an interesting story where if you want to send gifts to somebody, but usually it's a problem I have as well, where I end up finding out a birthday of a friend or a family member in a family WhatsApp group or a friend's WhatsApp group, and then I start responding to somebody's message saying, "Oh, happy birthday." Until then, I don't recall. So what I did was to build a solution where you can actually record a video and schedule ahead. So it will remind you like 3 weeks before somebody's birthday or anniversary. You can record a video and schedule for that day at a specific time to be delivered. And that was the first success. And then later I connected it to Amazon's API to actually order a gift. What it does is it auto orders your gift, and when the gift is marked delivered from the Amazon, that's when the video is delivered to the person. So it mostly matches the timing of gift delivery and your video.
So the actual fulfillment API is also embedded inside
connected,
your.
yeah.
Okay.
So the
wow.
reason this one came out, the idea came out during the pandemic because nobody was meeting in person. So this would probably create personal touch. I tried it, it didn't work for a while, but then I moved on to other things.
Very, very cool. You mentioned about the to-do list and then the inventory management for household products, gift books. How do you come up with so many diverse ideas for your no-code solutions?
It's the product manager's bread and butter, right? So I have to use my product manager skills, basically try and find insights in everyday encounters I have with friends or my colleagues or even during my shopping. So one of my most recent ideas is building an app for real estate agents. So this was because I went through that experience of sending WhatsApp message to real estate agents and they miss my WhatsApp because they have like hundreds of people messaging them. So what I did was I just built a simple link that they can generate for each property they're dealing with, and all the messages direct to that particular link. So they don't have to browse through WhatsApp. They know exactly when they open the link, they know how many people have messaged, what kind of response he sent, all in one single web platform, which you can access in a mobile. So it's basically trying to interact with people and see what problems they're facing, or they might not know that is actually a problem. But there is some insight that they're spending maybe a couple of hours per day. Can I reduce it down to 30 minutes per day or maybe even lesser? And that becomes an idea to make.
Right. So like productivity savings, and also just now your idea about the real estate agents one. I feel that, it's not just for real estate agents, but any small business or like salespeople would definitely find it very helpful to use your solution as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I spoke with a couple of other parallel industries like recruitment and insurance agents as well. So even they have the similar problem, which is transferable to their work life.
Actually, what is the end-to-end?
Conception of idea is basically speaking to the people, trying to spend some time with them, understand what their BAU is, how are they actually solving a particular problem or going by their day. That's the begin. And then when I find an insight, I try to dig deeper by actually asking specific questions around their problem. Why are you doing it this way? For example, the real estate one. If they're taking 30 minutes to manage each property per day, I ask, why do you have to spend time on responding to WhatsApp? Do you think of an app, or is there a problem that you want to mitigate here? And they usually come out saying, oh, I actually spend a lot of time here. I wish there could be something here. When they say, I wish something there could be here, what is it that you're trying to save? Maybe I want to spend less time doing this and more time doing my business prospecting. Okay, that one leads to the other. And then once I have a very small link to the idea, what I do is I go and experiment immediately over a weekend. After my office, quickly come up with a prototype in maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, not more than that. And after that, I start using that idea with the agent saying, okay, is this something that is useful? If it is not useful, what would probably help? And so on. That does like 4 to 5 iterations over the weekend. Following week, I just give it to them to test it out. So once they start using it for a while, then the next step is how do I grow it and how do I monetize it?
At first, coming up with the idea, I'm sure you have a lot of ideas. Which are the ideas do you think are worth actually building the product on? How is there like a metric or like a rubric that you use to decide to progress with the idea?
Which is the most boring problem that we can solve? The reason is because most people doesn't want to get into those. The real estate one, I've asked like probably 60 agents on why they didn't actually think of his problem, because it's so boring that they really didn't worry about that. They were worried about digital signatures for contracts. They were worried about payment related fast payments thing in their day-to-day thing work. But they were never really worried about this because most of the time they spend on WhatsApp, but they didn't realize that they're actually spending like more than required amount of time in the WhatsApp. So it doesn't really come out to them that it could really benefit to them, and it was boring to actually look at it. So then those are the things I look for. And I don't really want to go behind the problems that everybody is trying to solve. Like, I mean, everybody is building a landing page, for example, simple website. I don't want to do those things because if I do those things like everybody else, the core problems are still not fixed. That's where I want to focus.
And then if we talk about the monetization part, what are some of the financial gains that you have made so far?
I wouldn't say it is very huge at the moment, but the solutions I built were quick wins mostly over the weekend works which I did, and I don't no longer want to spend time on that and move on to something else. So that's when I see a potential client or customer who wants to buy it. So one of such examples is we built a plugin for a no-code platform to launch membership management. Like for example, a health coach wants to do a membership activity. They want to launch the membership platform. We built a plugin which was done in like probably 3 to 4 hours, and then a couple of iterations after that. So after that, I spoke to the founder who owns the membership platform. He was keen in buying it instead of us maintaining it. So like, okay, sold it to him, and then we got some affiliate setup on that, and then we make affiliate revenue.
And how much would that revenue be if you are keen on sharing?
It's very minimal, but monetizing is very less. I mean, it's not even like a couple of grants maybe.
Oh, so you managed to sell that solution for a couple of thousands?
Yeah.
How is that very minimal to be able to build something from the ground up? I find that really, really impressive. Thanks so much, Bhanu, for your generous sharing. And I think we really walked away with a lot of insights for no-code solutions. It is a great project to get started. If you like my content, please remember to like, subscribe, as well as turn on your notification for more of such content. Thank you so much, Bhanu, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.